Hi all. Uh, Today here I will try to explain Oracle Explain Plan, which is such a very good utility to analyze the query plans, and we'll also do some demonstrations how to generate a explain plan in SQL Plus. Okay, and we'll try to view the query plan. So this tutorial will explain the basics of Oracle 11g explain plan, and we'll do some hands-on. We'll try to understand the explain plan, how to set up and use the explain plan tool. I mean creating the plan table and all the related scripts. We'll try to explain the plan table and related scripts, and dbms explain plan dot display function, which is introduced in Oracle 9i release 2, and it's dbms explain plan dot display. It's really a beautiful tool to get your plan details and analyze the details perfectly. And we'll also try to read a explain plan and try to interpret the explain plan. And please note that the understanding and interpreting explain plan is really very big thing. The query plan, it needs lots of hands-on experience to analyze the query plans very effectively. This tutorial may be just a start. So actually all aspects of the query tuning and optimizations, there are various tools like explain plan, auto trace, tkprof to analyze the query plans. Explain plan is I think one of them, so we'll try describing this tutorial on explain plan. So what is basically explain plan? This explain plan statement displays the execution plans chosen by the Oracle optimizer for DML statements. When I say DML, I mean it can be a select, update, insert, delete, this kind of statements. And basically query plan is a statements execution plan, and it's the sequence of operations that Oracle performs to run the SQL statement. Now one thing, that explain plan cannot tell you that what plan was actually used to run a given query in the past, because the query execution could have taken place in a session with very different settings. For example, suppose in session 1 there is a parameter optimizer index cost is ADJ. This parameter is set to 10, and in another session and another session the optimizer index cost ADJ is set to 200. Same query, if you run in two different sessions and you gather a explain plan, this plan can be different in two different sessions. For example, a query run in a session with large sort area size may well use a different plan with the same query in a session with a small sort area size. So various factors are there, right? So explain plan does the following things, and gives the following informations, like it gives the ordering of tables referenced by the statement, an access method for each table mentioned in the statement, if it is full table scan, or if it is a index range scan, or any other type of index scan like index unique scan or anything. It will show all the details like that. And also if there is a join, then it will tell what is the join method used in tables. It is a hash join or nested loop join or any other kind of join. And it also provides detail on data operations like filter, sort or aggregation. In addition to these plan details, the row source tree, the plan table contains about information about the following things, like optimization, such such as cost and cardinality of each operation. If you have used any partitioning, then what is the way of accessing the partitions, or parallel executions, like it can provide plan for parallel and also for serial executions. So for explain plan, you need to do some setups. You have to first create a plan table. You can execute utlxplan.sql script, which contains the DDL statement for plan table. This is the table that if you do a explain plan generation, like the command is like explain plan for then the SQL statement. Okay, then the explain plan is gathered and it is populated into plan table. I will show you the script right now. The utlxplan.sql, you can find it in your Oracle home RDMS admin folder. So here I am going to my Oracle home RDMS admin. In this folder you can find the script utlxplan.sql. Here I am opening the script. So you can see this is the DDL statement for plan table creation. Okay, and there are two other scripts, utlplp.sql. This script contains the query to display the parallel query plans, and also utlxpls.sql. It displays the contents of plan table for normal and serial plans, that is not for parallel execution. Okay, so we can see here utlxplp.sql here. Okay, here they are using dbms explain plan dot table dbms explain dot display, and also uh, this one is for serial execution. Okay, for serial execution you have to do this to get the plan, like select plan table output from table name dbms underscore explain dot display, then you have to provide the plan table name, then the second parameter is null by default. Okay, and third parameter is if you want to do a serial execution, serial plan, then you have to pass serial. If it is a parallel, then you need to pass parallel. So here dbms explain dot display, this package was introduced in Oracle 9.9 release 2. It contains a function dbms explain dot display, that is a very useful function, and it makes it very easy to query the plan table. Okay, and it also have three in parameters, this function. If you have a different plan table other than plan underscore table, then you can provide that in the parameter. You can provide a statement ID for the execution plan. You can also give you can also give a format option that determines the level of detail. That means if you want a detail for serial, or if you want typical details, or all. Okay, I will also show you bit on hands-on part. So this is how we generate a explain plan. This is the basic command explain plan for then the SQL statement. This part set statement ID equal to your statement ID. This is optional, and the new plan table, this is also optional. Okay, and you have to provide a text uh, character input for the statement ID. Okay, so this is how you can generate a explain plan. Okay, and also if you don't provide these two as they are optional, it will also work. Then the statement ID and the table name you don't need to give. So here we'll take a look into how to view explain plan using dbms explain plan.display. You have to just use this command. Select plan table output from table dbms underscore explain.display. Here you can provide three parameters: the plan table name, the statement ID, the level of details. Suppose the plan table name you have my plan table, then you can put it here, and a optional statement ID and a level of detail like basic or serial or typical, anything like that. Just for example, you can do like this. Here for example, I have given it as my plan table, then statement ID as st1, and the level of detail as typical. Okay, so now I will try to generate a plan in the plan table. Okay, we are using just I'm just giving here a statement ID as stmt001. Okay, okay, this is my Oracle 11g SQL plus. I'm generating a plan. So this is the command. You can see it is showing as explain plan set statement ID equal to stmt001 for, then this is my query. Okay, so now it is explained into plan table. Now I will try to view the plan. So this is my command. Okay, you can see here it is using this hash join to get the details. Okay, and it is doing, you can see here like this level of details. First it is doing this steps: table access full for employee DAPT. Then it is doing a hash join to get the details, and in access and fill you can use this you can see this join condition in access part, and in the filter part that determines what is the filter condition. In my case the filter condition is department ID less than 60. Okay, so this is how it works. Now I will just to show you another plan, I will just change this department ID to less than 20, and I am changing my statement ID to stmt003 suppose. Okay, so here you can see, like, I have done a small change, like just like department ID is less than 20. So I have explained the query here, and I am generating a plan for it, and now I am viewing the plan. Here the plan have changed. You can see it is doing first table, for table EMPL it is doing table access by index row ID. Before that it is doing index range scan using this particular index, EMPL department index. Okay, and it is also doing table access full for department table, and it is then doing nested loop join to join this data set. Okay, now I'll try to explain in both this query what it is doing, what is nested loop, and what it is has join, like that. Okay, so if you look here for nested loop join, here it is just like a for loop. Okay, here you can see that in case of this example, the same example I was providing here. Okay, you can see it is doing a full table access for department table DPT. Okay, and it's doing a range scan, index range scan using EMPL department index. Okay, then it is accessing the EMPL table by index row ID. Okay, then it is using nested loops to join these two different data sets. So in nested loop join, for every row in the first table, the outer table, Oracle accesses all rows in the second table. It's just like two for loops. In Oracle database 11g, the internal implementation for nested loop joins changed to reduce overall latency for physical IO. So it is possible that you can see two nested loop joins in the operations column on the plan of the plan. Okay, anyway, what I just wanted to say that nested loop join is just like a for loop. Okay, if you just do a pseudocode, okay, pseudocode, I mean, just like what what it actually does, if you just try to interpret, is first it does a full it does a full it fetches full data from the department tables into this DPT array, just like that. It's a pseudocode. Just if you want to show in PLSQL, then this is how it does. In outside loop, it fetches all the details from departments table, and then it fetches all the data from employees table, where departments.department number equal to employees.department number. This is done by the nested loop. This is basic structure of nested loop join. Okay, and another example, just I wanted to show, like it is for has join, another third example, what it does basically. Okay, for STMT002 it is explained. Now so here you can see it's for this query, it is doing a has join. Okay, it is doing has join. If so, I will try to explain it now, what is has join doing. Here you can see that it's doing a full table scan for EMPL and jobs both the tables, then it is doing has join. So what is basically has join? Okay, the database in like 11g hash join is done very often. Okay, so here the optimizer uses the smaller table of the two, okay, to build a hash table in the memory, in the hash area. Okay, okay, on the join key. Okay, then it scans the larger table by probing the hash table and to find the join rows. First it does a hash table formation in the hash area for the smaller table, then uses it to join the larger table. Okay, this method is very best and it can improve performance radically when you have enough area in your hash area. The parameter hash area size, if it is bit big, then it will be very useful to do hash join. In this hash area, hash join is done, and when the hash area becomes full, then it pages it out to the temp table space. Then the remaining part is done in the temp table space. Okay, in the hash joins are far faster than nested loop joins in certain cases. Okay, often in cases like when you are joining a large table to a smaller table, it is I have already mentioned that it is done in the hash area. Okay, so in explain plan there is also some limitations. It is a way to get the query plan for a given SQL query. If you now want to execute it, but it cannot give the detail of the query what is already executed. It is not show you the necessarily what plan was used yesterday to run the same query. Okay, or if you are running a query in your session, same query if you run in another session, the plan can be different due to difference in various parameters between two sessions. Suppose in session level someone has altered in one session that particular parameter I was explaining earlier, optimizer index cost ADJ to 10 in one session, and in one session it's 200. The session that the parameter has been set to 10, in this session if you run a query and if in the base table there is an index, then it will force to use the index in the session that is the parameter is set to 10. In another session the parameter is set to 200. Then in this particular session, then it will force not to try the index, not to use the index. It will force for full table scan. So it can, the plan in two sessions can be different. This is one of the limitations. And also using explain plan you cannot view the statistic details. Okay, the statistic details can be viewed by auto trace, another utility, very useful utility, which can show the plan details as well the statistics details. Okay, and there is a dynamic performance view $SQL plan. This view you can use to view the actual plan that is used to execute the query. If you execute any query, then the plan for the query will be in the $SQL plan view. You can view the actual plan from that particular view. Okay, and using also tkprof utility, you can capture the actual plan used in runtime. However, it requires the tracing to be enabled and some uh, s- s- some parameters and some session details to be set, and tracing to be on. Okay, so another way is to review the query plan is using dbms.explain dbms underscore explain dot display cursor. I think this is one of the best way. Okay, using dbms explain dot display cursor, it can be displays that optimizer estimates side by side with the actual execution metrics. Okay, so another uh, problem with explain plan is using bind variables in queries, especially when you are doing using any bind variable in the skewed columns. Skewed columns, I mean, suppose in employees table there is a field employee status flag. Okay, and in employee table you have 2 lakh rows. Among 2 lakh rows in that particular columns employee status flag, 1,90,000 rows or 1,95,000 rows, it is set as permanent, and for 5,000 rows it is set as trainee. Then you can call it skewed column because the it have few values, and uh, for one value it is in the most of the row, and another value it is in very few of the rows, so it is a skewed column. So we'll just now try to show like one example like that. Okay, so just hold on, I'll show one example of skewed columns. So here I will use this bind variable. Okay, variable b bind emp. Okay, I have set it to permanent. I have said regarding the employee status flag. So let me check what are the values in employee status flag. So here you can see for permanent it is 1,78,157. So let me set for the null values also permanent. Okay, I'll do a commit. Fine. Now I'll try to gather statistics. using our old method. It's in HR schema. Okay, it will gather the statistics now. Okay, the statistics gathering is done. Now I'll do this. Okay, I have set a bind variable permanent, and I am doing a query now. Now I will try to display. Okay, it says table access full. Fine. Now I will do same thing for other value. Trainee. I'm setting it to trainee. See here is for the second value trainee. You can see here I have set it to trainee, and I have gathered the explain plan, and it is saying that it have done a table access full in employee table. Fine, no doubt. Okay, but is it really doing a full table scan? It for this employee status flag, this training column, sorry, in this employee status flag column, in trainee is in only 840 records, so it should use a index, right? And in this particular column there is a index, bitmap index. Okay, so let me check what is it's exactly doing. So from so now I will run the actual query. So after running the query, I will get the actual plan in $SQL plan, or using this display cursor I can view what the plan actually used to execute the query. So let me check that. I will run that query in this same session. Then I will try to find the, here I have just here you can see I have just given this name, I mean within comments testing SPL 002, just to find the exact query from this $SQL to get the SQL ID. The same query I have executed. So I can see this is my query, this is my SQL ID. I'm copying it, and here I am in display cursor, which shows the actual plan after execution. I am doing that. Select plan table output from table dbms explain.display cursor, then the SQL ID, then I am passing null, then typical. I want the typical details. Okay, let's view the actual plan. See what the actual plan is. It's doing an index range scan, not a full table scan. Remember, it was doing a full table scan as per the explain plan, but it's doing an index range scan. See, So the conclusion is, with the bind variable in skewed columns, explain plan may lie. The explain plan it is showing, the query plan may not be same as the actual plan used to execute the query. Okay, so these are one of the few problems with explain plan. So this is what I wanted to show you all regarding basics of explain plan. Thanks for bearing me, and maybe in some other video I'll cover the details on auto trace, tkprof, and a thorough more detail on this dbms underscore explain package. Okay, so thank you.